Hello. There I am in the background. That's a little strange. Anyway, new setup. So my video today is how to zone in on one planetary energy that you observe in your life. Okay, so if we go back to the beginning of the year, I was doing the first 7 days as the first 7 planetary energies with the theory that each day is going to tell you your relationship to that planetary energy. That's panning out to be consistent. It works. The next step that I took, okay, one can also, and this is just for if you want to pursue this for your own study. I'm not going to go into this, but because the cards are so accurate, I am going to propose the possibility that than having 7 planets, we have 13 because the cards go up to 13. Yesterday was the Ace of Spades, which means we completed the suit of spades, January 1st through the 13th. King of Spades, da da da, all the way down to the Ace. So that completed some sort of cycle. And I definitely feel like I'm in the next whatever today, which is the King of Diamonds, starting the diamond suit, going down, descending. And I'm just going to say we don't even know how to do this yet because we don't know what our 13 planets are, or aspects, or even chakras. I feel like we're in the infancy of really understanding the whole cosmic picture. Nonetheless, we have plenty to work with. So, backing up to the idea that those first 7 days, okay, so because today is a Neptune day, because it's the 14th day, so conceivably it goes 1 through 7, 1 through 7, over and over again. And conceivably, because Mercury, the first, was a Saturday, Saturday is Mercury, which makes Friday the very end of the cycle. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Today would be Neptune. So what I did is I just kind of took some notes on today. I'm like, oh my God, there's an explosion of creativity for me today. My inner child has definitely stepped in. She's gotten really funny, really entertaining. Um, and she's pretty much, like I held her and I was like, oh my God, you're so excited. You have so much energy. How do we hold this in a way that isn't going to short circuit or make you feel judged or punished or whatever for being too much? When your inner child was just too much as a child, you usually got shut down. So I was like, I want to be careful not to shut this down, but I want to contain it and channel it and find out what she needs, yada, yada. Anyway, so I've been in this incredible creative mode, and I've actually managed to kind of channel her energy and say, okay, how do I get the adult stuff done today? The last adult thing today is this video, and then I get to play. So then I thought, okay, and this is what this video is about, is that you can now take those 7 days and you can plug in, get out the Destiny Cards book, go to your page, and just look at your cards for this year. Because what I've discovered today, so if I go to my 7 of Diamonds chart and I look at my age, which is 55, and I go through and I'm like, I'm curious about Neptune energy. So that's what I want to zone in on, because I'm like, wow, today is, the curiosity and the research and the tasting, the testing comes from either our experience, which we're like, wow, I'm having a whatever day. This is a very poignant energy and I want to explore it. So it starts with the energy, and then you go, okay, what day is it? What planetary energies? Then you go to the labeling and the system of the cards. Or it starts with, I'm just curious about Neptune energy. So I'm going to zoom in on that. Which day was Neptune this? Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, what I'm going to do today is show you how to zoom in on a particular energy. So because Neptune is up for me, I'm going to use Neptune as the example. So I'm like, okay, if Neptune energy, this is a big energy. I've just kind of gone into the experiencing of it and the taking notes on it, which is really important to do first before you get too much into labels. So I did that. And then I looked at my Neptune card for this year, which technically doesn't happen until this coming June. But that doesn't matter because this is one of the layers to say, like if you're doing a reading and you're identifying a particular energy, even if you're not there yet, you say, well, what's my Neptune card for this year? Which will kind of give me a feel for my relationship to Neptune. What's the theme of Neptune? So mine is the Ace of Hearts. My Neptune card this year is the Ace of Hearts, which is inner child. It represents the infant or the very beginning, the genesis of anything, because it's as the cards are numbered. The King of Spades is card number 52, the last card, the final card, the all containing, like the Russian doll card that contains all of them would be the King of Spades. The very teeny tiny little strawberry in the middle is the Ace of Hearts. That's the birth, the beginning. So the Ace of Hearts for me represents inner child, but also the birth of things, the birth of ideas, a new love, falling in love with something. Neptune is about dreams, visions, goals, ideals, plans. And I just today keep coming back to what is the big picture? What are my big dreams if I give myself permission to just imagine really big things? And that's what Neptune is. It isn't about necessarily doing it right now or asking yourself what's possible or necessary. It's more, what do I want? What am I dreaming of? No limits. So that's fun. That's a confirmation for me that my Neptune card for this year is going to influence the seventh day of the week or Fridays for me. And to a certain extent, that's true for everybody because Saturday the 1st is Mercury marking out this year, the weeks, this year, the days of the week. It's been delineated already. So Friday will be a Neptune day for the whole world all year. So you can kind of pay attention to, okay, Neptune issues today for the world. Neptune is the lower half of it. I would say the middle name is bliss. The lower ego aspect expressions of that are addiction and projection and magical thinking. And then if we create bliss from a less egoic or unconscious place, then we have pleasure, fulfillment, sexuality, marriage, motherhood. It's the Queen of Hearts, which is Neptune, dreaming about what's possible, the realm of imagination, consciousness, the cosmic principle. So you can look at all of that today because it's a Neptune day. Okay, now say you want to understand you look at your cards and you go, wow, Mercury is really up for me this year, or it's just a really prominent energy. Then what you would do is look at the Mercury card in your hand, and I would just say make a list of all of these. The Mercury card in your birth card chart. So, like, because I'm the 7 of diamonds, I'd write down 5 of spades because that's my Mercury card. I would also write down the Mercury cards for me this year, Jack of diamonds, 7 of clubs. And then I would write down the day that I was born. So you can look that up. Just type in the day, just type in your birthday. Like for me, it was August 6, 1966. And then it pops up and I go, oh, I was born on a Saturday. So write down Saturday. I would also write down, no matter what day it is, Saturday, because this year, January 1st, was on a Saturday. What else can you do? Look at the Mercury card of your present. This is a really good one. This is going to really zone in on this 52-day period for you. And that's what my book is all about. Robert Camp never talked about this method. I kind of discovered it, but that's the fun of the cards. It's yours to discover. So what you do is you take the planetary period that you're in right now. Okay, let me just point at something randomly and go there. So let's pretend that we're looking at the 7 of diamonds at age 66 in their Uranus period, the Queen of Hearts, which I just talked about. Okay, there is definitely a Neptune theme coming up here. Okay, then if that's the period that you're in and you have the Queen of Hearts, then, oh, this is a tough example because for the Queen of Hearts to find the Mercury card, you go all the way up here to the crown line for the Mercury card. But say if you're here at the 8 of spades, you look at the first card to the left, it's the Ace of Hearts. Little theme we got going on here, even in the randomness. That's the Mercury card. So as you're making a list of all those Mercury aspects, you know, that's the way to sort of zero in on a particular planetary energy for you this year or right now. So I know that was kind of a blur, might have been a little bit confusing because I've got a lot of inner child energy going off today. Gosh, I wish I had people live on here. Okay, I'm going to tell you some things that I'm planning. One is I'm going to figure out how I can make a card that goes on here, and then I'll announce it and talk about it. But I want to have a drawing to do an interview with, like this year, one of my plans is I want to focus in on each one of the 52 cards to give you some clarity about how I think of that card and like if a person is that card or what the event. There's either the descriptor, meaning if you are that card, or the proscriptive, which is the predictive. If that card shows up for you, what does it mean? But I want to focus on each one of those. And for, like, say, the Jack of Clubs day, I want a Jack of Clubs to interview here. I don't know how to do that yet, but, you know, build the train tracks before the train is even built. So this is me building the train tracks. You know, if you build it, they will come. So I want to figure out how to have an interview with somebody. And in that interview, you've got to be willing to kind of expose yourself a little bit, particularly your issues and major events of your life and what your relationships tend to look like, what career tends to look like, because I will go through your hand one card at a time and just demonstrate how you are that card. So it's like I'll just kind of give you this overall reading of your hand. And then that will kind of show everybody, okay, that's what this card is generally. If you have one of these people in your life, here's what it's going to kind of look like. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And if anybody wants to volunteer to give me some tutoring on how to like do a Zoom call and turn it into a live YouTube video, I'll give like readings in exchange for this technical help. So more on that in the future. I'm so excited. So have a really great day. I hope that was helpful. Talk to you later. Bye.